Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel and welcome to my patio. So my patio space has been, it's been a very contentious issue within my mind here because I really want it to be beautiful, but I'm finding it very difficult to, I don't know, like make it what I want. So this year I decided that I have to do something about it. So we're gonna start off by going and picking up a table set. I'm gonna insert that clip here. I'm headed out the door right now because I'm picking up a patio set, which I'm so excited about. I've been looking for a wrought iron patio set for, I feel like years, like ever since I moved here, I've wanted one. And I'm finally gonna do it. I found a piece, well, it's a set, it's a five-piece set. It's an oval table with 4 chairs and they rock and it looks like it's in perfect condition. I don't know, it seems almost too good to be true. So I feel like it is gonna be too good to be true. I don't know, like anytime I'm on Marketplace looking for something and it feels too good to be true, it usually is. There's only been a few times where I have found something that was like exactly as pictured or it went exactly as I thought it would. I also don't think all of this is going to fit in the back of my truck. So I'm probably gonna have to make 2 trips, which I don't love, but it is what it is. I don't have like a massive trailer or like a huge truck bed. So we'll just see how much I can fit in one go, but I'm super excited. And if this all goes well, this might be one of my better Facebook Marketplace finds, but we will just have to see. Okay, so I have successfully picked up the pieces. You can see them kind of in the window. But I am so pleased with this buy for a number of reasons. I'm not driving right now, but yeah, so I'm happy with this buy for a number of reasons. I actually initially had a different one that I was gonna meet up with, and it was $250 and it was basically the same set, except it had like a round table and it looked much smaller and it needed to be completely refinished because it was a bit rusty. It wasn't like super rusty, but it was definitely rusty and like needed it. And it was $250, like I said. And then I just was like, you know what? Just in case, let's look on Marketplace to make sure that nothing else has popped up since the weekend ended. And this one was up like on my front page because of course it's like curated. I've been looking for a wrought iron table set and it was $350, but it didn't need any sort of refinishing and it looked absolutely perfect and it came with cushions. So I was thinking to myself, okay, I could buy this one for $250 and spend at least $50 in materials to get it back up to what it should be, and then I can spend probably another $50, if not more, on cushions, and then I will have the same thing but with like triple the amount of work. Whereas this one was $100 more and it was already done. Like I already had the cushions, it was already resurfaced, so it felt like a better buy because I would have spent that $100 anyway, but like also would have had to work anyway. Point is, I'm super happy with this, and I did feel so bad telling the first woman that I was gonna like back out of the sale, but that is just how it is with Marketplace, and she said that it actually has happened a few times, so I felt a little bit less bad. Well, maybe I feel more bad because she was probably thinking like this is gonna be the one, and then it wasn't. But anyway, I'm gonna drive really slow. Oh, my camera fell. I'm gonna drive really slow on the back roads to get back home because I didn't tie it down, but it's pretty snug back there, so like I think it's gonna be totally fine, but like I'm not gonna drive on the highway, you know what I mean? So I will see you guys when I get home. And now we are back from picking up that table set and I'm literally so excited about it. I'm really happy with my decision. But first, before I bring it in here, I want to just like clear off the patio. I have some leaves. I just have to do some cleanup out here. Before we do that, I feel like I should give you like a good overview of the before because it's pretty bad. Okay, so first starting off, the grass is overgrown right now. We're kind of trying to do a no-mow April just so that you guys know like what's going on there. This is the basic overview of the patio area. So we have a grill, and then I have this potting station, which I've had here for a long time. Well, I got it last year, so I guess it's not that long of a time. but I use it to pot up flowers and stuff like that. But I would rather have this space be used for seating. So I'm kind of torn if I'm gonna put this in the garden or not, because I have had moments where I'm like, oh, I wish that I had a countertop to like do things out there. And anyway, so I might do that. There's a bunch of pots and stuff underneath it, which just needs to be cleaned out. A lot of those pots are gonna go to the greenhouse for storage. And then I have this big egg chair, which is the best thing I've ever bought. It's so comfortable, but the seats are really faded, and they were originally black and now they're very faded. So I'm probably just going to get some RIT dye and dye them back to being black, because yeah, I think it'll look good with the wrought iron table being black, because it doesn't exactly match anymore. But like, I still want this to be in the yard. I might even consider putting this up there. Like, I kind of want to make that like a little oasis too, but I haven't quite decided. It is really big and I don't want to put too much, because this slab of concrete is actually not that big. So I feel like we'd only have room for like the table, and I want to put some planters like in front of these windows. We have this dog house, which the dogs seldom use. They do use it sometimes, but honestly not enough to keep it. So I'm gonna try to sell this and see what happens. And then generally we just have some more pots and leaves and just random stuff. And the last thing, which I don't know if we're gonna get to in this video, but this fence line I really want to move. You can see it wraps up into the front of this, in front of the house here, but I really want to move it so that it actually wraps up behind that retaining wall, because you can see the garden and the greenhouse are right there. It would be so nice if I could actually just walk out the back door and up this little hill to get out there, because right now I have to make like a really long detour out the front door and it's just super annoying. So I've wanted to do that for a while, and it would probably be really easy. We just haven't gotten to it. And then maybe I can put like, I don't know, planters under here. I mean, right here is where we get like all of our purple dead nettle. Like, we have a ton of wildflowers that grow in here. And we have like a bunch of, I don't know, just like a bunch of little plants. It's actually very pretty. Some people might see this and think it's like nightmarish, but I actually think it's so pretty. So anyway, it's not gonna last forever, and then it'll just be regular grass under here. It's fun while it lasts, definitely nice for early spring. And also the fence is just like broken, so it needs to be fixed anyway, and I figure if we're gonna fix it, we might as well move it, because also this like triple post situation here, it's just so ugly. I hate it. And I would like to change that if I can. It's been a few hours at this point. I let the patio completely dry, and I really need a power washer. That has become like abundantly clear to me in this whole process, but that's okay. It doesn't look like terrible, but I bet it would look, I don't even know what it would look like if it was completely clean. But anyway, as far as an outdoor rug goes, I have this old jute rug from the plant room. And I know I've researched this. Jute rugs are not great for outdoor spaces, because I don't think that they're very hardy for outdoor spaces. Like, you don't want them to be getting wet all the time. But this one is old and it's just been sitting in my garage, and I was trying to figure out a way to like throw it away because it is worn in some places. So if I'm gonna throw it away anyway, I might as well like use it out here for the time being and see how long it lasts. because I know that I want to have some sort of outdoor rug. Instead of going out and buying one, I'm just gonna see how this does and how long it lasts. I'm going to attempt to bring in the table. I don't know how this is gonna go. It's just a bit awkward. It's not super heavy, it's just kind of awkward, but I'm gonna try to carry it by myself. And there we go. We have beautiful black wrought iron set. And now I just need to find an umbrella. I was looking on Marketplace to see if I could find anything, but there wasn't anything. But I'm gonna keep looking over the next week or so. And yeah, I'm so out of breath. None of it was super heavy, but it is just like, I'm in my 3rd trimester, pregnant. I totally forgot about the cushions. Oh, I dropped one. The cushions, they're nice, cute green color. I love them. Good afternoon, everyone. I am sitting outside at my beautiful patio set, and I am putting together the plant stand that I bought, and I was kind of just working on it slowly. Also the birds, oh, so beautiful. I was kind of just working on it slowly because we had a maintenance person here today, like most of the day. And I just felt weird talking to the camera, but I wanted to do things. So I did some organization inside in the Doom room, which if you've been here for at least a little bit of time, you know what the Doom room is. I organized the Doom closet, or at least like moved things out that I hope do not go back in. But anyway, I am assembling my plant stand. I'm wearing black and this is black, so there's really no contrast. I don't know how well you can actually see this, but I ordered this like black iron set. It's like a stair stepper type of thing, and I'm hoping that it'll be a good plant stand to have in front of this window over here. Actually, I didn't measure, which I should have, but it worked out for me this time, and it fits in that spot like pretty well. I really like the dimensions that I've got going on over there. Flat pack furniture is always, oops, so intimidating to put together until you actually start. Like, you open the box and you see all of these pieces and you're like, oh my god, this is gonna be horrible. And sometimes it really is. Okay, so I have decided to put all of my cactus on this bench, and I think that it is just so beautiful. It looks so good. I love the way that they all look with each other here. And this is pretty much my entire cactus collection. I have a few that are small that I'm not going to bring out here because I would just have to water them way too often. But yeah, this is like all my big stuff, and a lot of them have been inside for a long time, and I just they're starting to look a little worse for wear, so I'm excited to have them out here again. But I originally thought I wanted to do flowers on this because I have a couple of like long skinny planters, but then I started thinking and I was like, okay, all of these cactus usually just sit on the ground like right here along this, and I hate the way that looks. We're gonna do this. I'm considering getting another one of these to put over there, and then maybe I'll just transfer all of the cactus over there and then put flowers over here. But I don't know yet. We'll just have to see. I'm kind of going about this slowly. But also I wanted to update that it has rained since I put this out here, and it held up fine. I mean, it looks totally fine. It's a little dirty because there's a lot of pollen coming off of the oak tree. So once that's all done, I'm probably just going to take my leaf blower and blow it all off. As you can see, there's lots of pollen. I was going to do it like earlier today, but I was like, you know what? It's probably just gonna get covered in pollen again, so I'm just gonna wait. But yeah, there we go. It looks so good. I love it. Welcome to my egg chair. Okay, so I set up the egg chair over underneath the oak tree on the other side of the grill, so you can see the grill here, and then on the other side of the grill is the black table that we got. So I set this up because, I don't know, this spot is empty, and I said we're gonna reseed it, but I don't know when that's gonna happen. We need to put down some soil, I think. But anyway, in the meantime, I just put this here, and then I have a little side table, which you can't see. Anyway, I went out to Joann and I got some RIT dye. I've heard amazing things about RIT. This is pretty much the only thing that I see people use. And I got the synthetic material because I guess the formula is different depending on the type of material you're dyeing. So I am going to be dyeing the cushions here. And it was either get new cushions, actually no, get new cushions wasn't even an option. It was either make new cushions or dye them. And I really don't like making stuff like this. I would prefer to spend my time like making clothes and fun things. Plus I don't really like the whole zipper thing. So we are going to try this and see how it goes. It really is contingent on this lining not being like a total mess. Oh, it is a total mess. Okay, I don't know about this. I thought that since it was a zipper, the lining wouldn't be like that, but it looks like the lining is like disintegrated. Uh-oh. I think I'm gonna have to take this over to the table and see what we're working with. Okay, so like the casing that the fluff came in is just everywhere. Like it has definitely fallen apart at this point. Well, it's still kind of in a pillow shape. So I'm just gonna put this here, and there's probably gonna be little pieces of this flying everywhere, but it looks like it's just disintegrating. It looks like it, yeah, honestly, I'm just rubbing it and it like goes away. So I wet them down. I think that was probably the right thing to do. So for every pound of dry fabric, i.e. 2 adult large t-shirts, use half a bottle of dye with 3 gallons of water. For polyester, double the dye quantity. Dye bath must have enough water for fabric to move freely. Okay, you know, I could start measuring out gallons, but I don't want to do that. Like in no world do I want to do that. So I think that I actually just need to use this entire thing because this fabric is polyester, I believe. I'm just gonna use the whole thing here and then just fill it, because what's the worst that could happen? Like it could be like extra pigmented. I don't know. Again, I've never dyed anything like this before. Of course I've done tie-dye, but I don't know. What's the worst that could happen? You know what I'm thinking? If anything, I wonder if I should have gotten 2 bottles. Because this is a lot more fabric than I anticipated, or I thought it would be. I don't know, we're honestly just kind of hoping for the best here. Oh, it says that the water should be boiling. Why am I so dumb? I did not even, okay, so, yikes. I think I've done this completely wrong. I think I've done it wrong, Leo. Oops. Okay, so remember earlier when I said what could go wrong? But I don't know, what's the worst that could happen? Did go wrong, okay? Because it didn't work. And the reason I think it didn't work is because the, I mean, it got like a little bit of color, but that's not pure black. You know, you can still see that ombre. We don't want that. We were trying to eliminate the ombre. So I am going to take these out of the bucket and I'm going to hang them to dry. And then we are gonna try this again tomorrow. Because yeah, that didn't work. And the reason is I didn't use boiling water. Now, I don't know how exactly I'm gonna be able to do that because some of these pieces are so big, but I might have to dye them individually. Some of them can go all in one, definitely. But like this piece is really big, and oh, okay, see, this one doesn't look as bad, but it's not what I want it to be. And I still need to like wash out the dye, you know? So I think it'll be like even lighter. This was my first time using RIT dye, and my only suggestion to you would be to read the entire bottle of instructions before you start. Because I was like, oh, how hard can it be? I've seen like videos of people doing this. Yeah, didn't really think long term about the boiling water thing. Alright, we are here to put this whole situation to bed. Honestly, they don't look as good as I hoped that they would, but I think that it is better. They're a little wrinkly right now. There's not like wrinkles in the dye. I gave this seat pad a double go around, like I put it in the dye vat twice, and I feel like this one is like, I don't know, maybe the best. It was also the worst. So getting that double dip was definitely helpful. We're just gonna put the covers back on. I think it looks better than what it was. We are on to the last phase of this backyard redo project, and that is to move the fence line and add another gate on this side of the backyard. So we went out and we just bought some wood to build the gate, and we ripped up the T-posts, and now we have this like whole area underneath this window, which we didn't have before. And mowing over here was always super annoying because we had to just go right along the fence line here and then go through with a weed eater to get this entire area. So now we can just mow straight through. And I was thinking of maybe next year planting like a garden bed there, or maybe later this season. Actually, I don't know if I'm even gonna want to do that later this season. Probably won't. Anyway, it could happen though. It'd be kind of pretty underneath there, but it would have to be like pretty full sun plants, which I think there's a lot out there. But anyway, point is, we now have this whole area. We decided that the gate is gonna go, because there's a wood post. Let's see if I can, oh yeah, right here. So we're gonna put it like here, another wood post, and then build the gate between, and then obviously string up the wire fencing. The hardest part is probably just gonna be pulling the fence tight because it is a wire fence. And normally people have like a tractor or something do that. It's not always done by hand because you can't really get it as tight by hand, but we're just gonna see what we can do. Okay, so I really didn't think that would take us all day, but it was a lot of steps. So it took like, let's say, not a full day, not a half a day, somewhere in between that. There is our beautiful gate. And then the fence line, you can't really see it in the video, but it just goes up and around to the side of the house. Okay, you can see where the old fence line was. That will eventually fill in, I'm assuming, because this spot was always very, very overgrown, and this grows in. Obviously, this is like really thick looking, so I think that it'll fill in quite nicely, but we have just been spraying weed killer to make sure that nothing grows up the fence for so long. But now we don't have to worry about that. We're gonna have to worry about it up there now. But up there it grows much more sparse just because it is so much more heavily shaded. But I'm just really happy with it. I don't know if it will make like that big of an impact for other people, but for me, this area, like this whole spot, has been so ugly for so long. So I'm really happy to be rid of that. Before I show you the final transformation, I wanted to go back and look at where we started, because sometimes I feel like the changes we made didn't make a super big impact, but they really, really did. So before, we had a patio that just had things thrown out on it. There was no intentionality. There was really no thought behind it. All of my furniture was looking really worse for wear, and this fence line was uninspiring to say the least, sagging and just cutting off the flow of the yard. And I cannot tell you how big of an impact these small changes made. I have spent almost every single evening out on my patio, just hanging out. I'm thinking up all of the plants that I'm going to plant in these new spaces where I can put plants. This fence line change was probably the most impactful change because I personally use it every single day, and it's been so nice to have a shorter walk up to the greenhouse and have obviously a place to hold my cactus. You know, this chair really gave me a run for my money, but I've definitely preserved it for another year. I'm so excited to start filling this place with plants. I'm testing out how well these hydrangeas do in this sunlight, but generally I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope that it inspires you to make some small changes to your space. Honestly, just a couple of days and some patience on Facebook Marketplace, and I really believe that you can find some items to transform your space and just make it work better for you. So thank you so much for watching this video, and if you have any questions about anything I did, please leave them down below, and I will see you in the next one.